Yeah, so these exhaust valves need some serious attention. They're all that, but no, the real gnarly part is all this goo that is all up inside here.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad. So hey there, I didn't see you.
Welcome back to the Late Start Racing channel, and today with my Daly Ranger project.
Gramp's gonna surprise Big Brookie with something pretty cool. So last time we were working on the interior, and we finally got that together, and we got the radio installed, and finally. So now we're working outside of the cab. Of all things we did first, we pulled the engine, and then we worked on the cab. I can't even remember why we picked the cab first. Well, that's what we did. But anyways, now we're working on the outside. And Gramp, he's been itching to do something to the truck, and he got around to it. Now, full disclosure, what you're about to see was almost exactly 1 year ago. Yeah. So this is like, it was a while ago. I'm going to get caught up on editing, maybe. Someday.
Yes, you will.
Someday. We got a whole year worth of film ahead of that. But so it's about a year ago, nonetheless, and we are actually getting prepped for this race season. So the 2025 main event, Loring Timing Association main event at the Loring Air Force Base in Limestone, Maine, in northern Maine, in Rustic County. We're going racing again this year, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to have the Ranger back at the races this year, which you folks haven't seen yet. It's coming up. You're going to see how Brooke did last year. And Gramp's car, we're hoping to go maybe 190. I'm feeling 190. I was just over there.
Can do it.
Little Charlie and I were over to Gramps this evening, having some pizza with him and checking out his new hole. It's like a plow, but to get the air around the car, maybe a little bit better. So it's going to be pretty cool. But today, today we're going to show you Gramp surprising Brooke with some work that he did on the truck, something he was itching to do for her.
Yes.
So without further ado, we're going to let Gramp get stuck in it.
Yep.
And stick around to the end. That's when Gramp actually gets to show.
Get to the good stuff.
Actually gets to show Brooke what he worked on. As always, thanks for coming by. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting. We love the comments.
Love to look through those.
Yeah.
In our free time. Try to respond to them.
Absolutely. So have fun.
At the mile and a half, 101.607.
Good morning, it's Gramp. We're going to do something a little different today. Rather than work on the 944, we're going to work on Brooke's hood on her Ranger. Going to buff it out. I polished or buffed out a place on just a little tiny spot on one of her fenders, and she kept asking me ever since then, will the whole truck look like that? So I decided, even though I haven't buffed anything in years, that I'd buff this out for her, and I bought some products that I'm not sure of, but we're going to give it a try. Most of the stuff I have was all dried up and gone. Like I say, I haven't done a lot of buffing. Most of the time I use single stage urethane paint, PPG, with a hardener and stuff, and I usually don't buff any of that stuff. But we're going to clean this hood up today or this morning and see what it looks like, just so it'll be kind of a surprise for her. So we'll have at it. I'm going to fluff up the wool pad here with this tool that is used for that. I washed these yesterday along with the hood because the hood had a lot of little spots of tar on it that I cleaned off, and It doesn't look too bad. It's just years of no wax, and it's amazing. 93, and it's got one rock chip right here, and that's about it. So let's try this stuff. Like I say, I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I got my dirty frock on because this can be kind of messy. We just start in the middle here. I say this stuff is new to me. Try to stay, look at a little bit of color on there. It's not clear coated, even though the fender, one fender and one door has been fixed and it's been clear coated. The fiberglass cap has been clear coated and it's all peeling off. The door a little bit, the fender on the top. But I don't think we're going to do anything with that. We're just going to buff it all out so it looks like the clear coat. And I already have paint left over from years ago. It's what they call performance red. I can't remember the code, but it's a paint that I've used a lot. And I can't remember if it's ESSS, PPG, or if it's DCC. I can't remember. But anyway, we have the paint for it, which any of you that have painted know that paint these days, especially reds and colors like that, are very expensive. Let's see what we've got. I have another cleaner that will take out the swirl marks, if any. But because this is really old paint and very hard, I don't think swirl marks is going to be an issue. But we'll still use a different pad. But that looks pretty good. What you want to be careful of is when you, not saying I'm an expert, just 50 some odd years of paint work and stuff, and I don't even want to guess how many trucks I've painted and tanks and you name it, I've painted. Equipment, backhoes, skid steers, compressors, tanker trucks, a lot of them. But one thing you want to be careful is when you run along your edge this way, you want to make sure you're turning away like this. If you go the other way, you could burn the paint off your edges, so you want to be careful of that. Even though this is factory paint, when you go out to this edge, you're going to get a little high spot right here because it normally is. When the paint kind of flows to there, you'll get a high spot. So always buff away. In other words, like this. Don't go the other way around. In other words, go on this side over here and come into it, because it'll possibly burn the paint. And you don't want to do that, because then you've got primer showing. I'm going to spin this right around because I can. I might do this a little bit more here. I'm going to work my way around. I always like to kind of push it around a bit and spread it out so it doesn't fling it all over me. That's why I got this dirty frock on today. Frock, I said. I know this kind of is, it's a razor blade, a little glass cleaner, and these little spots that I missed, tar that are embedded, it will take those right out and doesn't leave any scratches. Just don't do it dry, that's all. Some of them I missed just because of my eyesight, unfortunately. not unfortunate that I missed it, it's unfortunate my eyesight. She'll be happy to see this. She's been out sick from school the last 3 days, and I told my son I was going to do this just so that she'd see what the whole thing will look like when it's done. She's been concerned about the shininess of it, but she's never been involved in anything like this, so. There is a mark on the face of this hood right here, and it appears to have been a air deflector that they might have had mounted on front, and the wind has pushed it back, and I'm not sure if that is worn into the primer, but I'm going to stay away from that, because if that's primer, we don't want to mess with it. I've got to kickstart this sand. Got to get it cleaner. No, I think this will be all right for this final one. To clean this up. The first car I ever painted was back in about 1972-ish. It was a 1950-something, 56, 57 MGA. And I painted in nitrocellulose lacquer. Not acrylic lacquer, but this was real lacquer that they used to use on, and that's what was available, used on a lot of older cars. I still have part of the gallon, but I painted it with that, hand sanded it, and hand buffed the whole car. It was a long job. First, like I say, paint job I ever did. And the other stuff used back then was alkali enamel, which I liked. And the next one that I used that was basically a single stage, just has a hardener in it, was PPG Durethane. Out of everything I've ever painted with, I think that was my favorite. Because it laid down really, really nice. Lasted forever. I mean, you wax it 10 years later and it looks just like it did the day it was put on. But because of environmental, regulations like nitrocellulose lacquer, that went by the wayside. A lot of those paints, because the I can't remember what it's called. I'm getting old, I guess. But now, I think that'll be good. Now let's see. I'll decide what cat I want to run the swirl marks removal stuff with. Yeah, this is, like I say, what they call performance red. I used to know the code, but not anymore. Too many years. I did paint a lot of this particular color. When you went to order the paint, it was pretty shocking, the price on it. I can't imagine what a gallon of PPG ESSS Essential is what they call it. It's a type of paint through PPG. See, there's old scratches in this. There is some what appears to be solvent pop in the original finish, which solvent pop is exactly what it sounds like. The paint dries too fast. and the solvent within the paint, which is supposed to come out or evaporate, ends up popping through the finish, and you get these little pimples, if you will. A lot of new paints when they came out and we shifted from different types of paint. The manufacturers had issues back then. Again, this is all, well, I haven't been in business for 12, 13 years now, so back that long ago. All right. I gotta get another cleaner rag. All right, we're gonna use some swirl remover. Clean rag, put this one aside. And hopefully this works. I mean, a 93, that would be, yeah, that's a few years on that paint, so imperfections, you're not gonna be able to get rid of them all. Oops, I know what I gotta do. Get the plastic cap off of it. I've got some of this stuff that's, like I say, a little too old to risk using it because it's old. I figured I'd start off on the right foot and let's try this right here in the middle. I'm gonna use a foam pad for this. Yeah, it's got a lot of scratches in it from the years. Looks good though for old paint. Still got some imperfections on it. That looks good. Wax will really look nice. Glass cleaner and just to remove the residual. Yeah, we'll go around this side, I guess. And she'll be pretty happy with it when it's all done. It'll be quite a surprise for her. Brooke and I have always been pretty close. Granddaughter, grandfather. Well, Brooke and I always had this ritual ever since she had a phone, which has been a while now. I can't remember what the commercial was, but Hump Day.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's Hump Day.
Woo-hoo!
I always used to call her on Wednesdays. She's usually on her way to the school bus. This is like when she was, like I said, old enough to have a cell phone. Used to call her every day on Hump. We always call Hump Day when she'd answer. She says, Hump Day! And we've been doing that for years. And still doing it. except rather than call her in the morning, I send her a message, email it, because I don't text, so. A little bit of a hang up right there. I've been doing that for a long time now. Just a ritual, you might say. It's a good thing. Stay in connection with your grandchildren. When she was younger, I'd call her little buddy, and she called me big buddy. Now that she's got a sister that's 5 coming up on 6, I call her big buddy now, and the other granddaughter little buddy. All right, one side left, and I was gonna machine wax it, but I think I'm gonna hand wax it, even though it takes some time. I don't dare to use anything I have for pads right now. You could use the foam pad, but I've already used it for this because that's what it should be used for. So I think I'm gonna hand wax it. It's running away. She'll be pretty excited when she sees this. She'll be after me to do the whole thing, which I was telling my son I'd do maybe a section of it at a time, not necessarily the whole thing at once. I'm supposed to take the back body off and undercoat it, clean it up and undercoat it. I'm trying to make it so it's daily driver for her, year round. It's only 2-wheel drive, but she doesn't have a long ways to get to school. And she's coming up on her senior year, junior right now, so. Which is hard to believe. All right. I'm gonna throw some wax on it. Because these lights in here shows any imperfections up. The wax will take the cloudiness out of it. Let's set this stuff aside. No. You're gonna have to bear with me for a wax job. This camera's deceiving. Which way am I going with that? All right, I've got some turtle wax here, which I'm sure we'll do this again sometime. I was gonna take a picture of this and send it to her, but that wouldn't be any fun. Easter this weekend, so they're probably not gonna be over. Come on out of there. Even in these valleys, it's hard to get everything out of this. You got a little black spot right there, and like I said, that's the only chip. Got some that I missed on it, but no big deal. I'll get those later. Hardly noticeable. I'm sure a paint fanatic, but then again, 1993. And that's it. I think it looks pretty good. She'll be happy with it. It'll give her an idea of what the truck's actually going to look like when it's completely cleaned and buffed out. Again, it's not perfect. Yeah, you can see the solvent popping here. And scratches from over the years of people putting stuff up here, whether it was covered in snow and they slid it off or whatever it might be. Stuff like that you can't take out. You could sand that out, but it's hard to say how much paint is actually on this. So, and that should do it for today. Thanks for watching, and subscribe and come back and visit again. Thank you.
Ooh. The unveiling. I'll tell you what, it is some smooth.
Okay, we're on. And we're on.
Shut all the lights off. No.
You could. Be cinematic.
Silly. Now we'll just do it like this. Should be fine. Hubba bubba.
Alright, sit over there.
Oh yeah. She coming?
I don't know.
Texting her from inside the garage to the house.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know why what possessed me to decide to buff this out. I have no idea. Because I could, I guess.
It was good and it was fun, and you knew it would be.
Well,
and you knew it would be good looking when it was done.
I got like $45 worth of stuff, compounds and stuff.
Well, the stuff that you got.
The stuff I've got is 20, 25 years old.
You got a chance to freshen up on stuff.
I had a gallon of compound that was completely turned into jelly because it was so old. It was one I've used on everything.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Hi.
What's up?
Take your hand and go like this.
Nice and shiny. Yeah, buddy.
I took a day and
And you coated it with that stuff?
I just buffed it out.
Yep.
And hand waxed it just to give you some idea what it's going to be like. It's got the normal wear and tear in it, you know.
Yeah,
places
but it's
like
that's
that, but
fine.
it's so,
It looks so pretty.
it is. It came out really nice. I'm really happy with it.
It looks really good.
Goes telling Forest. I mean, it's got the normal 1993 and beyond scratches and stuff.
Yeah, but
There's only one. Yeah, that's the only one, and I can touch that up. So the hood, like I say,
Come
but
get
the
my
whole car
fingerprints
will
on
look
it.
like this. I mean, it's just, I can see Forest
nice.
in it. Just,
Yeah, buddy.
clear.
It's nice
You
and
stand over here, I mean,
soft.
it's pretty shiny.
Got some soft paint.
But that paint, of course, is old and it's very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Another waxing. In here, these are places are hard to get, but I thought I'd clean it up, just give you an idea what the whole thing could look like. This, I got this spot right here. It looked like this might have had an air, you know, like my truck,
Like a
and it
butterfly.
might have hit right there.
Yeah.
But other than that,
it's shiny.
it is shiny. And what I think we'll do is we'll go put it back over by the door and cover it up.
Yeah.
Keep the dirt and stuff off from it. But yeah, I was pretty happy with it. I actually filmed doing this. So,
Nice.
yeah.
There is like,
Some
there could
residue.
be live animals in there. I don't know what's going
Some
on.
bugs.
Oh, hey there. Didn't
Well-
see you.
Welcome back to the Late Start Racing channel. We're
Today on.
redo it.
No, that was fun.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm so
All right.
sorry. I can't do that.
We go race, and then
Yeah.
this in here. This is pretty gnarly.
residue,
There is
yeah.
there is some serious goo on there. Something
Serious
like that.
stuff in there.
Oh, hey there.
Welcome
Didn't-
back.
Dude. Come on.
I'm sorry. What are you saying?
Oh, hey there. I didn't see you.
Okay, you got to take down the lines, boss. Okay, that's all you're saying, and then I'm in.
Yes.
Okay, go.